Thank you, Tim. Appreciate y'all being out with us today and to take part in this great occasion. I have a lot of pleasure and pride in being able to turn it over to Coach Swinney. Just had the opportunity to visit with the football team, and this is one of those things where Coach Swinney's had about a 6-year interview. He had about 6 weeks, 7 weeks with the team, and really proud of our football team. Really proud of the character that our team displayed. Certainly, when you look at where they were at the point that Coach Swinney and the staff took over, they were down and out. A lot of people had written them off, and through Coach Swinney's leadership, with him and the assistant coaches, can't say enough good things about the assistant coaches, but they rallied, fought back, gave great effort, and turned the season around to where I think as history goes along, I think as Coach Swinney told the team in there, and I just want to copy off his words, that this team is going to be remembered in history because it was a team that was written on, and our kids gave great effort, and you can't say enough how proud you are. I can't say enough how proud I am of Coach Swinney. He's a man of character. Again, I've had the chance to observe him for 6 years. Certainly, I've had a chance to observe him in probably one of the more difficult situations that you can place a coach in. And he did a wonderful job in organization. He did a wonderful job with communication. The things that he did to build the spirit and affinity back with our fans, with Tiger Walk, having the students involved in practice, gathering at the Paul, those things that mean a great deal to a great university. He understands how wonderful a tradition Clemson University has, and what an asset it is. And so those things were intuitive instincts, and we're very appreciative. So, having said that, I'm going to turn it over to our new head football coach, one that we're very proud of the staff and players, and so Coach Swinney.
Before we do that,
we gave Billy D something he could do today. Does it fit?
It fits. If it fits, I must sit. Well, thank y'all all so much. As I told the team, I don't usually get emotional very much. I guess I hadn't really had a chance to be emotional until today. But anyway, first of all, I want to thank everybody for being here. And I'm usually not a guy who, have a loss of words, as y'all probably figured that out. It's kind of always been my problem. My mom can tell you. I've always had something to say, even when people didn't want to listen. But I thought I would write some things down today, just because there's some things that I really feel like I need to say. And I don't want to forget anything. First of all, I need to take this platform that I have, that I've been blessed with and given. I need to thank God Because there's really only one reason that an old boy from Pelham, Alabama is sitting here in front of you today, and that's the grace of God. To be here as the head coach of Clemson, that doesn't just happen. And I really hope that people will listen to me when I tell them what my secret to success is. And that is put your eyes on the Lord in everything you do. You believe in yourself, and you don't quit. And it's really that simple. And if you do that, then you'll know true success. And you'll know true happiness. May not be the head coach of Clemson, but that's not what defines success and happiness. Last week, I've had a lot of moments ever since I came to Clemson. A lot of moments throughout my time here. I'll never forget getting off the plane when Coach Bowden brought me up here. And I brought Carl Cox to pick me up. He's driving me from the airport. First thing I see is a sign that said Pelham Road. Now, I'm from Pelham, Alabama. I said, well, you know, this place can't be that bad. And it was one of those things. And then as that season played out and how things have worked out, we started building a house here. A lot of people say, why are you building a house? You better rent. And and we were able to move in our house, and we're still there today. And then the very first time that I decided to park in the head coach's parking spot, because I was hesitant to do that, didn't really want to move in the office, but I quickly realized that I needed to get out of that main hallway. It was that Thursday of that week, and it was about 5:30 in the morning. It was pitch black, wasn't anybody there, and I pulled in the parking spot. I'll never forget it. And my lights hit the curb. You know, I never parked in that spot before. I don't even know if it is the official head coach spot, but that's where he always parks. So. I pulled in that spot, and on the curb had number 88, and that was my college number. And it was just kind of like God saying, I got you back. Hang in there. And then last week, as I knew this thing was coming to an end, not knowing what was going to happen, thinking about different things, and got a little devotional that comes to me every day. I don't know who the heck put me on the list, but it comes to me every day, every morning. And I'm always anxious to see what the word for the day is, how I can use it. And about Tuesday of last week, the scripture for the day was Revelation 3:8. And it said, for I know what you have done. And it said, and I have opened the door for you that no one can shut. And I just had a real peace about this whole thing. I mean, I really did. In fact, I called Kath and told her, I said, how about that? And I said, I started thinking. And then come in Thursday morning, I deleted that email. Come in Thursday morning, I'll be doggone if it doesn't show up again. Same email, same verse. So I said, well, I need to read this to the team. So we had our little Thanksgiving service that morning, and I read it to the team. And I told them, we've opened a door that nobody can shut. And I just had a great peace in that. And I pretty much knew at that point South Carolina was in trouble on Saturday. But also would like to say to everybody watching out there, and everybody listening, and my boys, I'd like to tell everybody to dream big and to believe, because dreams do come true. And today, I'm very humbled that one of my dreams has come true. It's a great honor and a privilege to be named the head coach of Clemson. And today I share this dream of success with all those who have helped me along the way. I have so many people to thank. So many people to thank. First of all, let me thank President Barker and the Board of Trustees and Dr. Phillips for their trust in giving me this opportunity. Thank y'all very much. Especially Dr. Phillips. I know he's been well-traveled. He's met with a lot of people. He's made it very clear to me that he had a lot of choices. And I want to thank IPTAE. I want to thank IPTAE. I want to thank the faculty. Some of them I know very well, and others I hope to meet. And I really want to thank the students. The students have been awesome. The former players at Clemson have been unbelievable. All those former players have embraced me as one of their own. And most of all, I want to thank the current staff and the current players. What these players and what these coaches have done these last 7 weeks, it's really been amazing. And as I told them, they've served as a great lesson to a lot of people on how you handle adversity and how you don't quit. Because there's a lot of quitters in this world. There's a lot of quitters. There's a lot of people that take the easy way out. There's no quitters on this team. There's no quitters on this coaching staff. And I think that they proved that over the last 7 weeks, right in the face of adversity. It's about as difficult a situation as you can have. Making no excuses all the way. Truly, the last 7 weeks, everybody has been all in. And next, I'd like to thank my family. My wife, Kathleen. Will. Nobody could ask for anything better than what I have with my precious family. Kath and I have been together a long time. She didn't know what she was getting herself into when I sent her that, "Will you go with me?" in the 6th grade, check yes or no box. And she checked yes. She had no idea what kind of ride she was getting in for, but I'm so thankful for you, Kathleen. I love you, and she's my rock. Those of you who know her, you know what I mean. Those of you who don't, you'll be blessed when you do. And my boys, love you 3 boys, proud of you. And just can't wait to watch you young men grow and mature. Not sure what's happening with Clay there, but we'll work on it. But I'm so thankful for my family, and I tell you, there's no greater joy than being able to share your life and your successes with those that you love. I want to thank my mom. Now y'all see where I get my good looks. I want to thank my stepdad, Larry. I want to thank my dad, who's not with us, but he's at home watching. Thank my stepmom, Phillips, my brother, Tracy, and my brother, Trip. I don't know if Trip's here or not. I want to thank them. Love them very much. Thank all my in-laws, my mother and father-in-law. I actually really like them. Jeff Bassett, Betty Bassett. Thank Bobby and Judy Hayes, just really close friends of mine. Been with me my whole life. Thank all my relatives, all those who supported me, all my friends, so many of them who are here today. I think I even have a former teammate here, David Bonamy. Thank y'all. I want to thank all my former players who I have just so much respect for and cherish our relationships. I want to thank all my former teammates. I love them all. I've been deeply moved by the support from all my class of 92 teammates. The reason we won the national championship at Alabama in 1992 is still very much alive today, I can tell you. We were a very, very close team who cared about each other. And it's been very moving to have gotten support from them over the last 7 weeks. Coach Stallings, I don't know who this guy is, but he used to quote this guy called Sir Isaac Newton. Used to quote, I don't know who he is, I don't know who he is. But he used to quote Sir Isaac Newton all the time. And he would say, "If it seems as though I can see further than most, it's because I've stood on the shoulders of giants." I never really thought about that, but I truly understand that. Truly understand that. Because I have been so blessed to have been around so many great coaches in my life and have worked with so many great coaches who have impacted me in so many different ways. And I can't sit here before you today and not acknowledge who they are. My head high school coach, Coach Billy Tohill, tough as they came. He was played at Mississippi State, tough, hard-nosed coach, quarterback, coached at Tulane, head coach at TCU, and then went into the World League and ended up at my high school somehow. And I was a pallbearer at his funeral several years ago, but was a great mentor for me. Coach Jim Phillips, who's been very close to me my entire life, still very supportive to this day. Coach Jim Vakakis, Coach Paul Kellogg, Coach Kevin Crook. Those were great men in my life that helped keep me on the right path. I want to thank Coach Bill Curry for giving me the opportunity to crawl onto the football team. I want to thank Coach Gene Stallings, Coach Mike DeBose, and Coach Tommy Ballard. All of them have had impacts on my life. So many assistant coaches, like Mal Moore, Homer Smith, Woody McCorvey, Bruce Arians, Neil Calloway, Charlie Stubbs, Mike O'Kane, Brad Scott, Rob Spence, Bill Oliver, Rich Wingo. So many coaches who have influenced me in a lot of ways, who I have a ton of respect for and have learned from along the way. I want to make sure I acknowledge them. I want to thank Mike Brown, who's been a great help for me in this transition and working with Terry Dunn. And I'll say this, I've learned from all the coaches in my life, but I really want to especially thank Coach Stallings. He's had a huge impact on my life, obviously. He gave me the opportunity to have a scholarship. He gave me an opportunity to be a graduate assistant and earn a master's degree. He gave me an opportunity to get into this coaching profession at a very early age. I want to thank Woody McCorvey, who believed in me and gave me a chance to play when he didn't have to. I want to thank Tommy Bowden. I certainly would not be here without Tommy Bowden. I want to thank him for the example that he's been to me since 1988 when I first met him. I want to thank him for the wisdom that he has given me. And most of all, for the support that he's given me the last 7 weeks. It's been unbelievable. It really has. And it is an honor to build on the strong foundation that he left behind. The head coaching legacy at Clemson University is just absolutely awesome. I did not have a chance to meet Coach Bryant, who was one of my heroes growing up. But when I was 10 years old, I did get a chance to meet Coach Howard. And all of you who know Coach Howard that met him, you can probably understand when I say this, I never forgot meeting Coach Howard. One of those men that you just don't forget. So I'm thankful to have had that opportunity. You never know, maybe shaking his hand and him rubbing on my head helped lead me here. I don't know. But very thankful for that. Charlie Pell and Danny Ford and Tommy Bowden, and so on and so on. There's been so many great coaches here, and it's a great privilege for me to have the opportunity to add to the legacy that they left behind. Coach Ford in particular, has had an indirect impact on me in a lot of ways. We're obviously from a lot of the same background, but in 1990, when there was a coaching change in Alabama, Gene Stallings came in, a lot of Clemson guys joined the Alabama staff, and immediately made a huge impact on me. Bill Oliver, Woody McCorvey, just to name a couple, who they had just spent several years under Coach Ford. So I'm very thankful to have had his influence indirectly in my coaching career as well. 7 weeks ago, I had absolutely no idea what was ahead. No idea. But I talked about my goals, and I talked about my vision for this program. And today, I think we have achieved those goals. And I hope that y'all have some kind of an idea of what I want our football team to look like on Saturdays. Clemson football has got a tremendous legacy and tremendous tradition that's stood the test of time and is known throughout the country. I wholeheartedly believe in the Clemson traditions and the values that are here. The passion of the Clemson family is what makes this one of the very, very best jobs in the country. It's just incredible. It is absolutely incredible. And I believe with all my heart that we can achieve all of our goals as one Clemson. As one Clemson. And my goals will be simple. To go recruit the very best student athletes that we can recruit. To graduate them. And to win a championship. That will be my objectives. And for these young men to leave here better because of their experience that they had at Clemson University. We will play with great effort. We'll play with passion. We'll play with enthusiasm. We'll play with a toughness second to none. And we will embrace and enhance the traditions that are here. Because they are also second to none. I'm extremely excited about our bowl opportunity, moving forward. We just met with the team. It was a great meeting with the team to have an opportunity to just speak to them. Very proud of them. I'm just so proud of these guys. I'm so proud of these seniors. These seniors, and I told them this, I don't know how many years I'll be a head coach, but I will never have a senior class. This will always be my favorite senior class. Always. What these young men have done in the face of adversity the last 7 weeks, when they stood up and refused to give in, point fingers, Something I'll never forget. But we're not done yet. We're not done yet. We still got one more, and I'm so thankful that these guys get one more opportunity and to get a reward for all their hard work that they put in. Because this is a very special group. I am excited about the bowl game. Don't know where we're going, but I know we're gonna play hard, and we're gonna play to win. And we're gonna do everything that we can over the next however much time we have before we play to win the football game. I know there's going to be a lot of questions for me, and I'm not going to address any staff issues until after the bowl game, simply because this focus needs to be on this football team. As I told y'all 7 weeks ago, it's going to be about these players. It's going to be about these players, and it's going to continue to be about these players. This football team right here deserves our very best to have the opportunity to go and win one more game. There's still a lot on the line for these young men. You know, this senior class, if we can win one more game, they'll be the first class since 1991 to have had 8 or more wins in 4 straight years. And I'm going to make sure that the focus is on that. Immediately, we're going to solidify recruiting. I'm extremely excited about what we have an opportunity to do immediately, recruiting and in the future. But we will solidify recruiting quickly. That'll be something we'll be started on tonight. Look forward to talking to everyone. But as far as staff issues and things that everybody wants to talk about, you know, I will not address that unless a situation arises. Then obviously I would. But, otherwise, all those things can be dealt with after the bowl game. So I would appreciate everybody's support in that. I think this is a great opportunity for a lot of young men out there. Clemson University has a ton to offer. This is a special university, academic institution, and athletic program. And we will be able to recruit the very best. There's no doubt in my mind. We've already done that. And I'm looking forward to add to it. We've got great players here. We've got a really good young nucleus on this team. We've got a good junior class, a good sophomore class, some good freshmen, and some good redshirts. But we will move forward immediately in securing a top-notch recruiting class. And I would just say to everybody out there that scratch Clemson off their list, just check us out. Just check us out, give us a chance, and we'll, I don't think you'll be disappointed. And I want to thank everybody once again for being here. Sorry I got a little emotional, but you know, I just, you know, really haven't had the opportunity to. But I'm so thankful once again for all my family and friends to be here. President Barker, Dr. Phillips, board of trustees, all the fans and students, this current team, our current staff, for the opportunity to lead this program. And with that, I will take some questions. Never really dreamed of it like this, but I'm glad that he feels like I've done enough to warrant an opportunity to keep moving forward.
Dabo, what do you think will be the tougher part? What's ahead of you, or the 7 weeks you just came through when you really step back and look at it?
Well, I would say what's ahead. I mean, there's always new challenges. You know, I would hope that. I mean, that was a difficult thing. You know, I'm sure there'll be other adversities moving forward. You learn from all of them. So, you know, I don't know.
Dabo, what was the circumstance that you met Frank Howard?
Well, my beautiful mother's 40th birthday. Was it your 40th birthday, Mom? I told you Bobby and Judy Hayes were close family friends of mine. Mayor Hayes was the mayor of my hometown in Pelham up until 25 years as the mayor, just finished this November. But he was good friends with Frank Howard. And whenever Frank Howard would come into town, he and Bobby would get together. And, Bobby was good friends with my family. And They popped in on her 40th birthday. As you can imagine, he created quite a stir. I was probably about Will's age, actually.
As this was unfolding here the past 7 weeks, you were trying to win games and be a head coach, and you said you tried to stay focused on the mission at hand. Did this day, though, ever kind of pop into your mind at any time? We kind of talk about the emotion of, wanting the big picture to all play out the way it did.
Well, this day really didn't pop into my mind until last night, when it became, a reality between me and Terry Don. So I really just didn't have much time to think about, this moment. It's been, as I told the team, it's been so much going on with our team, and just, relentless pursuit of a goal, with really no time. There's been, you take over a team in the middle of the season, and staff, and it's moving this and that, and recruiting, and trying to wear several different hats. It just hasn't been a lot of time to think about these type of things.
This is really kind of a rare opportunity. You have to think, right?
Oh,
the way it happened.
Oh, this is
You don't have to go through looking for,
extremely rare.
Yeah.
This is as I said, I mean, things happen for a reason. I think God has his a plan for everybody. This was his plan for me. But absolutely a rare opportunity, something that doesn't come along very often. Just like it was a rare opportunity to have a chance to go to Alabama, and a rare opportunity to coach there, and a rare opportunity to be the head coach here. It's just, and you try to take advantage of everyone.
You talked about Tommy being supported during his last 7 weeks. You haven't talked about that too much, have you? Have y'all been in contact?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, he's been, not daily, but talked to him quite a bit. He's been extremely supportive. In fact, sitting at my desk one day, and about 20 minutes before I was supposed to go out to practice, and the little sliding glass door, I learned to lock that thing. I didn't know it was unlocked. The door opens up. It's Tommy, and he sticks his head in there, and he goes, "Hey, you got anything to drink in here?" And, that's just classic Coach Bowden. And then he said, "Linda, he's got drinks. Come on in." And, just stop by to say hello. And he's been extremely supportive. I know I don't have a bigger fan out there than Coach Bowden. And that's really what's made it that much better, because of the way this whole thing was handled between he and Dr. Phillips, and his immediate, because I was really, that was it was a very awkward day, but like I said, he immediately made me comfortable and said, "Listen, this is the best thing for everybody involved, and this will give you a shot, and I think you can do it." So I haven't looked back since.
Big help. Again, I go back to what I said earlier. Dabo has had about a 6-year interview, and you go back to the not to dwell on it whatsoever, but the conversation I had with Coach Bowden when he said, "Well, maybe the best thing to do might be to step aside," which again, that was his decision, but he knew how I felt about Dabo. I think people that are close to me knows how I felt about Dabo for a long time. He said, "Why don't we be an opportunity to put Dabo in that position and put the hat on him and give him an opportunity." And so, like Dabo said, I appreciate Coach Bowden for that opportunity to put him in that position, because I think it'd be safe to say, probably wouldn't be having this press conference with Dabo, but for that opportunity, and I appreciate to Tommy for what he did.
Terry Donovan, any of the people that you met with about this opening kind of make this a harder decision for you? Did any of them come close and maybe give you stuff to think
No,
about?
I'm gonna tell you, there's outstanding coaches out there, really outstanding coaches, and I think one of the things that I came back with, and there's some that, once I found out how the rules were played with going to out to Oklahoma City. Well, there's some folks that y'all don't have on the radar screen, which is good. But I did find out that people hold this program, the history and the tradition of this university program in high esteem. And there was a tremendous amount of interest in the program and a lot of really outstanding individuals and outstanding coaches out there. So it was a, it was a good opportunity to meet with a lot of people. I'm tired of traveling. And I'm very proud of Dabo. I think you can see what a special young man he is, and what he brings to the table, and just been extremely proud of everything he's done under difficult situations. Just extremely proud of him.
How many other